students, welcome to Zia Digital Classroom. Today we are going to discuss about cost volume profit analysis. What is cost volume profit analysis? So these are the three factors or three elements which are very much related to the sales volume, that is production, and also profit. So these three elements are related to each other. These three elements are related to each other and also at the same time they are interdependent. That is cost, volume and profits. This is a technique in advanced stage, we call it as recently, that is break-even analysis. So this technique will help us to understand the relationship between what is the relationship between cost, volume and profit. Cost here, the cost of the production. Volume, the volumes of sales, how much we have to sell, and that is dependent. For example, X number of X amount of profit you want to earn, you should be calculate enough how much volume of sales we have to do. So for doing sales volume, how much production we have to make it. So this is interrelated as well as interdependent on each other. So cost, volume, profit analysis is a technique to understand the relationship between three components, three elements. So these three are again interdependent and interrelated. So these costs, the cost whatever we are saying, cost is the amount which incurs to obtain or to produce a product. That is production. Whatever amount it is incurring to produce a product. So these costs are classified into three. That is fixed cost, variable cost and semi-variable cost. So let us understand one by one what is fixed cost, what is variable cost and what is semi-variable cost. So first, to understand this in the graphical representation, we have to draw x-axis, that is horizontal, y-axis vertical, then the line across the x-axis, that is horizontally. You can observe that fixed cost, whatever is drawn on the graph, it is constant. That is fixed cost will be cost incurred every time the same, it will not change. Whatever volumes of production we are producing, fixed cost remains same. For example, rent of a building. Rent of the building will be same whether you use it or you lock it. That is fixed cost. Rent factory, rent building, rent, all these comes under fixed cost. Then variable cost. What is variable cost? The name itself you can understand, it varies, it changes. How it changes? Depending on the volume of the production we are producing. You can see that is x-axis and y-axis, which will be showing the cost, and x-axis will be showing the units, that is quantity. When the quantity is increasing, the amount will be increasing, the cost will be increasing. So we are producing, for example, 1 unit, the cost is different. 2 units, the cost will increase. 3 units, still more the cost will increase. So let us see the variable cost line. It is a slant, it is moving upwards, and at the same time it is moving right side. So as the quantity is increasing, the cost is also increasing. You can see, so 1 unit, the cost is around 10, that is 10 above, and 2 units it is 20, 3 units it is increasing. So when the quantity we are producing increasing, the volumes, at the same time the cost is also increasing. So variable cost vary depending on the volume of production. An example you can take power, or example you can take labor cost or material cost. We produce 1 unit, material required will be less. When we produce 2 units, material required will be more. In the same way, fuel, materials, labor, if they work for 1 day, you will be paying accordingly. If they work for more time, you will be paying more. If you are having huge work, you will have to require more labor. So depending on the volume of production, variable cost will be increasing. It varies. Next is semi-variable cost. Semi means half. Semi-variable means half variable or half fixed also we can call. That is, to some extent it will remain same, x-axis, y-axis and fixed cost and variable cost. As I told you, to some extent it will be fixed. After that limit, it starts increasing. Example, you can take telephone bill or electricity bill. To the subsequent, whatever the limit units are given, till that it is fixed. There will not be any increase. once the unit is increased, above that unit, your unit rate starts increasing. So in the same way, like power bill or telephone bill, till the units whatever calls they will give, after that once you are finished that quota whatever is given, after that every call it will be increasing. And also in the same way electricity bill also. Then coming to objectives of CVP analysis. So objectives means the aims, the intentions. What exactly the CVP analysis requires, intents. That is forecasting the profits, which is very important. Forecasting the CVP analysis will help us in forecasting the profits. That is how much profits we are going to earn. Okay, that we can analyze depending on our materials, our whatever availability of the conditions, depending on that we can analyze or we can predict what can be the future profits. In the same way, you can set the budgets with the help of CVP analysis. Budgets will help us how much we have to produce, how much sales can be done in future, what may be the expected sales. For reaching that sales, how much we have to produce. For producing that much, how much materials we require, how much labor we require. So in this way, the budget we can set, which will be helping us in planning. Then evaluating the performance. Until unless we don't evaluate, that is we check back what is happening exactly, we cannot control the cost, we cannot control the activities. So for that sake, so it is evaluating the performance is required. CVP analysis will helping to do that. Then formulate the pricing policies. That is policy should be there. It is very important, where it will help us in making the decisions about the prices. Then optimum level of activity. Optimum means the best use. Any resources you cannot use till the maximum, because it will get, for example, if we are using a machine till maximum, the machine will get breakdown. If we are using 24 hours, we are working, we will get exhausted. So what happens, it will definitely interrupt our work, future work. So optimum level is where the best utilization, best use of the level. So how much is the quantity or amount or sales will be the best level of the activity. This analysis will help us how much is the sales, until unless we do it, we sell that much quantity, we cannot reach to the BEP point, or we cannot earn the certain profit. So this will help us, the CVP analysis will help us. Then determine the overheads. So here overheads are the expenditure you need to charge depending on the level of activity done. So we will be charging the overheads on each activity. How much overhead, how much expenses you have to charge on that depending on the level of the activity. Then attaining target profit. So CVP analysis will help us to attain the profit, target profit. Until unless you don't have the targets, you cannot perform the activity. So we should have the target, so that we will be planning for the production and the sales. Then decision making. So overall the end result is decision making. So out of all the analysis, it will help us in key decision making related to the production. What is the product you have to produce, or whether you can continue to produce that product, or you have to drop that product, or you need to shut down the operations, or you can continue the operations, temporarily shut down, permanent shutdown. All such type of key decisions can be made on the analysis, on the CVP analysis. It will help us to judge. Then coming to the elements of CVP analysis, we have contribution margin concept, we have margin cost equation, profit of volume, and also break-even analysis, margin of safety, and profit volume graph. So these are the elements which we can study in depth about the cost analysis. So coming to contribution margin concept, again I have shown the graph where we understood that is fixed cost and variable cost. Here we are showing variable cost. Margin, contribution margin is where it is the difference between sales and the variable cost. The difference between, the gap between sales and the variable cost. You can see the variable cost line and the sales. So this green part is variable cost. The sales is right from here to here. So the yellow part will be, once you are removing the variable cost, the yellow part is our contribution. And you can see with the help of example where selling price is given 20 rupees per unit, variable cost is given 15 rupees. Contribution is equal to selling price minus variable cost, which is 20 minus 15, 5 rupees is the contribution per unit. So how many units we sold? We sold 8,000 units. What is the contribution for 8,000 units? It is 40,000. That is 8,000 into 5 is equal to 40,000. So this is how the with the simple example we can understand about the margin concept. Then marginal cost equation, that is sales is equal to total cost. As I told you, cost included variable cost and fixed cost. What is total cost here? Total cost is equal to fixed cost plus variable cost. So sales is equal to, that is fixed cost plus variable cost plus profit. If it is loss, we have to minus the loss. So with the help of, here you can see in the down, that is sales minus variable cost, it is contribution. Again we are lessing the fixed cost, it is profit. That is sales minus variable cost, which is equal to fixed cost plus profit or minus loss. So this is how the marginal cost equation. So let us understand about the marginal cost equation with the small example. Here data is given, that is sales is equal to 1,50,000, fixed cost is equal to 30,000, profit is equal to 40,000. Now we are here to find out the variable cost. So variable cost, the formula is given as I told you, sales minus variable cost is equal to fixed cost plus profit. After deriving, variable cost is equal to sales minus fixed cost plus profit. What is sales here? Sales is 1,50,000 minus fixed cost is 30,000. Then plus profit is 40,000, which is equal to 1,50,000 minus 70,000, which is equal to 80,000. So our variable cost is 80,000. Okay, then one more example is given where the data is 2 lakhs rupees and variable cost is 40,000, profit is 30,000. So now we have to find out fixed cost. So here formula is given, fixed cost plus profit is equal to sales minus variable cost. Now fixed cost is equal to sales minus variable cost minus profit. That is sales is 2 lakhs rupees minus variable cost is 40,000, then minus profit is 30,000. Otherwise we can write plus here, which is equal to 2 lakhs minus 70,000, which is 1,30,000. That is fixed cost is 1,30,000. Next concept is profit volume ratio. So profit volume ratio is equal to contribution by sales. Again contribution is equal to sales minus variable cost. So from this formula you can understand each wise, depending on the data we have to use the formula. So PV ratio is equal to sales minus variable cost divided by sales. That is again it can be again used depending on the given data, fixed cost plus profit also. So in the place of sales minus variable cost, we can use fixed cost plus profit. Or in the given data, it may be given the change of the profit. Okay, change in the profit divided by change in the sales. So whatever the data is given, accordingly we have to connect the formula. So example also is given here. You can see the contribution and PV ratio we have to find out. Variable cost per unit 40 rupees, selling price per unit 80 rupees, fixed expenses 2 lakhs, output is 10,000 units. That means we are producing 10,000 units. Now we have to find out contribution per unit. Contribution is equal to selling price, that is selling price is 40 rupees and VC is, selling price is 80 rupees, VC is 40 rupees. That is 80 minus 40. 40 is our contribution per unit. Then we have to also find out. So for 10,000 units into 40, it is 4 lakhs. Then coming to contribution, that is PV ratio, contribution by sales. Contribution is 40 rupees, then sales is 80 rupees into 100. Accordingly, we will be getting it. Then the revising of the topics, whatever we dealt today about the cost volume profit analysis, that is we understood. It is this analysis will help us finding out the relation between the three factors whatever are there. That is the relation between cost, volume and profit. How much profit we have to earn, that depends on how much sales we have to make. That depends on the cost, how much it is incurring for the cost of production. Then cost, also we studied about different types of cost, that is fixed cost, variable cost, semi-variable cost, and so we discussed about the objectives of the CVP analysis, and also we have seen with the examples of each and everything. Expected questions from these topics are like what is CVP analysis and also assumptions and objectives of CVP analysis. It can be asked depending on the short or essay. Then features of CVP analysis, and may also ask what is cost marginal cost equation and PV ratio. I hope this video will help you for your examination preparation. Thank you very much. All the very best.